blocked. Got me blocked. Stir up my good juice up in here. All right, for the people coming in, sit back as they come in. Hey, Stacy. What's going on, Erica? Hey, London. What's up, lady? I got to get used to. I got to get back into the rhythm of looking up. So y'all know we changing stuff around here. So coming soon, we're gonna be on the have a big old big old screen, so I ain't got to look down. I can continue to look up and just have everything just right in front of me, just big and bold, and so I can just look straight directly instead of looking down and watching the comments and stuff. So look at this. He's supposed to be going to sleep, but he wanna get down. He wanna get on here and watch me. You should have came down here then. Hey, Wayne. Y'all, what is up? So it is the week after Valentine's is coming up into the weekend again. What's what happened? What's been going on for the week? The week is almost ending. How was y'all Valentine? What did y'all do? Let's catch up. Let's get into some things that happened over the past week. I had an amazing time over the weekend. So if you ain't following me on social media, on my Facebook or my Instagram or Snapchat, I'll give y'all a sneak. You know, a sneak peek, but I'll give y'all a look, a recap on what happened over the weekend. Lady said she pampered herself. What's up, Lacey? Yes, so I had an amazing weekend. George ran me to death at first because y'all know I told y'all before he has started his business with it's called Premier Events. So make sure y'all follow him. My baby got more subscribers than this now, but y'all make sure y'all go follow him. Premier Events ATL on Instagram. So y'all make sure y'all get over there and y'all support him. So he coming up and he ran me to death at first, and then somebody ran into the back of me on Friday night. But I'm okay. I'm here. I'm looking at y'all. And then, Saturday we just kind of chilled. My grandma came and George had another event that he did, which turned out phenomenal. And then Sunday, it was our day. He worked, and then it was our day. So for those who haven't seen, or if you haven't seen my Facebook or my Instagram or my Snapchat, if you follow me on Snapchat, here is a video of what George did, and I will show y'all what I So that was a little recap of my Valentine's Day. So I had a excellent Valentine's. This was our very first Valentine together. So we had a good little time, of course. So he did his thing. So y'all know my baby is coming up, like I said. So y'all make sure y'all follow him on all social media. So yes, we had a lovely time this weekend. Yes, and this is his all social media, Instagram, Facebook, everything. You name it, boom, it's right there. Thank y'all. Yeah, so he kind of did it up a little bit, just a little bit. He gonna kill me from posting that video of him scratching his back, but yeah, we had a lovely time. Thank you, Wayne. Thank you, lady. Erica said, "How sweet." Yeah, so it was our very first Valentine, and I was really excited. Things ain't go how I wanted it to go, but it went good, so I can't complain. It definitely went good. But I want to get into this. So I'm not sure if y'all have seen, since we're talking about love and we always talk about manifest and everything like that. I'm not sure if y'all seen this video of B Simone around what she had posted, and everybody kind of just like really bashing her a little bit and just saying just these different things. So I want to get y'all opinion on this, and I will get mine, so we'll chat about this a little bit. So I'm gonna post this on here, and I want y'all to see, and I want y'all to tell me what y'all think. Like, is she right? Is she wrong? What do y'all think about this? So I'm gonna go ahead and post this.
We got all these things we want in a man. A list of things. He got to be tall. He got to be dark. He got to be handsome. He got to have pretty teeth. He got to be a family man. He got to be financially stable. He got to be rich. He got to be successful. He got to be all these things. And we ain't even half the things on that list. He got to be a family man. Bitch, you ain't talked to your mama in 6 months, but you want him to be a family man. He got to be financially stable. Your account is in the negative, ma'am. Overdraft fees. He got to have a job. You need to go fill out some applications because you're still unemployed. He got to have pretty teeth. You ain't seen a dentist in 6 years. He got to have a six-pack and be in shape. You can't even walk up a flight of stairs without huffing and puffing. Get your life together. This whole list that he got to be. You ain't even half the things on that list. So this is what I challenge you to do so we can manifest love all 2021. Make that list of that perfect dream man that you got in your mind. Then, what I did, make a list of the type of woman he would need right by his side. You want him to be in shape? You need to get to the gym. Equally yoked, bitch. You want him to be financially stable? Well, you need to start saving because you can't keep a dime to your name. Huh? You want him to be a family man? Call your mama. You become a family woman. Heal your traumas before you put all this shit on him. You want him to be patient. Bitch, your patience is thin. You want him to be understanding. You the least understanding person in your circle of friends, but he got to be understanding. Fix you. Fix you. Whatever you want, become that. Fuck.
What did y'all think? What did y'all think about that? I actually heard it on the way to work this morning. I heard it on the Frank Ski show, and I went and I kind of looked and seen, just different things, what people were saying. And a lot of people were really bashing her on just what she said. The video is longer, but that was kind of like the main key part of it. And I agree with her. I agree with her 1,000%. Like, I agree with her because everybody, men, women, gay, straight, everybody, they always say, I want this type of person. And they don't, like she said, write down and be what you want to attract. And a lot of people just have this high standard, or like she said, they want this man that looks this particular way, or he's just so fine that they want this family man to treat their kids good, or don't do this or don't do that, and they the total opposite. So what y'all think about that? What y'all think? Marcus Terry said, I agree 100%. Wayne said he agree. Tony said he agree. Queen and B say she agree. So everybody agrees. So we kind of pretty much all on the same page when it comes to this. Sarah, what are you talking about saying pick me? Pick you for what? What you want to pick? Lacey agree. So I mean everybody pretty much agree when it comes to just come to this, because like you say, and we have people that I know all y'all can say that are watching, I know y'all can say that y'all try to pick or date higher than what some of y'all are living in real life. Do y'all date above y'all means or y'all standards, or y'all think y'all date at y'all at the same capacity of what y'all want? You gotta be the same caliber of person that you want to be with, right? Y'all gotta match. You know what I'm saying? That they want to have kids and they have kids. This just it goes back to what I was saying maybe a couple of videos ago with the parenting. Like you and we, oh my God, we had Super Bowl weekend. I had a big discussion about this. About I'm gonna get into that in a minute, but just with how you say, you know, you want somebody who don't have kids, but you got 4 kids. Back to Queen and B comment, you know, you got to learn how to balance it out. So I definitely think that if you want someone without kids, I don't think you should have kids or at least one. So it can kind of be like a first experience for everybody. I definitely believe in that. But a conversation that we had over Super Bowl weekend was, do you think that your boyfriend or girlfriend should discipline or chastise your child without your baby mother or baby father getting mad or getting upset or want to just jump off the cliff because your new spouse have chastised your child? What do y'all think? And for those who have kids, if you had any situations to this or something similar, comment, let me know in the comment box. All right, now y'all come on for the super chat. Come on, super chat. Y'all see it, so y'all know we monetize. So boom, y'all can send things through YouTube, or if you want to send anything, definitely send things through the Cash App. Y'all know YouTube gonna get they cut off the top, but if y'all want to send something directly to me, send to via Cash App. Either way it go, I'm greatly appreciated, and I appreciate everybody. Women say they want men, this with no kids. Queen and B said, depending on the situation. Depending on what? What does it depend on? Tony Ross said, hell no. Now, I never said mistreat your child. I said discipline or chastise your child. That's not his or hers. Okay, D will say depending on how new the spouse is. What y'all think? What's going on? What's up, Sir DeRoss? I personally said, and we kind of argued a little bit, but I personally think any spouse that's with their significant other, they should be able to chastise their child. It takes a village to raise a child. As many of us know that, hell, it took a village to raise us. And, back in the day, I feel like not teachers, because depending on how far you go back, that some people or some schools or some teachers was able to beat children. Now, I don't think that should have worked nowadays. But as far as like your child and everything, I think the spouse should definitely be able to chastise or discipline the child. I'm a firm believer of that, like I told George and like I told the rest of everyone, because I have a child, George have a child, and I told George, hey, with my child, I feel that you should be able to discipline him. Like, okay, now you may not be comfortable with probably spanking him, but me, I'm gonna tear that ass up. I'm sorry. I feel I'm like this. Ain't no child is going to disrespect me. That's just how I feel. That's just how I feel. And I feel like I'm not going to mistreat them, but I will tear that ass up. I'm going to tear that ass up. Whether the parents or not. When kids come over here, now I tell them, hey, when they under this roof, I'm going to treat them like they're my own, but they got a lot of whoop that ass. That's just how it is. I mean, that's just how I am. Have not been here in a long time. My birthday was. All right, Sir Ross had a birthday this weekend. I grew up with teaching was stupid mean to kids. How you figure a father can't discipline their own child either? I never said the father couldn't discipline their own child either. I never said that. I said if a child is being disrespectful or a child is out of line, you have the right to set their ass up. Now, and I said, once again, do not mistreat the child, but any child that I feel that I'm dating, parents, I feel like you should chastise them. Like, it depends on what's going on, whether I should say, hey, hey, check your child, or hey, such and such, or hey, this, or hey, that. Other than that, tear the ass up. Because, and they said, and, I was just reading this probably a few days ago. They said scientific, it's proven now that kids act up more with their own parent than with anyone else. I'm not gonna tell y'all again. Don't have your child come over here if they don't want to get their ass toe up. But see, and I also would say I would give a child, I have a look. And I give the child their look, and they know don't play with me. I ain't finna play with Uncle Keon. I ain't finna play with Mr. Keon. Or I ain't finna play with Daddy, because he don't play this shit. Define discipline. I think that may be the issue. Discipline to me, okay, so to sum up, putting the child in a child's place. All discipline is not a whooping. All discipline is not, for me, you can discipline a child and send them to the corner, or you can discipline a child and just do different things to let them know that you're not playing or you're nothing to be played with. But for mistreating a child, now abusing them is something totally different. And abuse can be mentally, well, not mentally, verbally is what I was trying to say. Like, you can verbally abuse a child, in growing up. That's what's wrong with some people now, that they've been verbally abused and mistreated, and their parents think that it was a form of how they disciplined them. So, like you say, you have to be careful with certain things, and everybody was brought up differently. So, whoop that ass needs to be a thing again. I grew up in a space where you knew when to walk away from a situation where grown folks is talking and you walked away. Yes, that look. Yes, I definitely agree. let me just in case anybody want to come on here. I'm gonna post the link on here, and if anybody wants to join on with me, I will open the floor if y'all want to join. So y'all know, click the link, and once you click the link, put your information in, and it will come up. So, like I said, don't be scared to come on here and talk to me. I'm not gonna bite you. My baby can't keep my kid. Why can't keep your child? Now, and you know what the crazy part is, when I do have the kids, all the kids love to be around me because we're gonna have fun. We're gonna do kid things. I think kids need to learn how to be kids, and I think kids need to learn how to have fun without all the technology nowadays. Growing up, we had different things that we played in. You know, I was never in the house. I think that's probably why I'm fast now. But I was never in the house. I actually really had a good childhood and growing up. But nowadays, all the kids know is cell phones or tablets. A 2-year-old can work a tablet better than me. So, yeah. I have a stepdad and was never disciplined. My mom, no, never disciplined because my mom wasn't having that, but it depends on the relationship with the child and the spouse. And see, I have a stepdad, but see, my stepdad was in my life since I was 2 going on 3 years old. So that's my dad. And I talk about him all the time. So for those who are new to watching the channel and everything, my stepdad I grew up calling dad. That's my daddy. He raised me from a toddler all the way up to now. So that's the only man I know. So also he will be here this weekend. So hopefully I'm gonna try to get him to go live. So if we do something, it will probably be on Saturday. We need to, look. That's what I'm talking about. We need to play manhunt. We need to go ride and bike, tag, hide and seek. That's what I'm just doing. Jumping on the pogo stick, outside, just sitting with your friends, the street lights on, but you in front of the house. Those are the times that the kids nowadays don't know. Or, like I said, again, it goes back to the generation of grandparents and the generation of parents, and kids are getting younger and younger and younger again. So yes, and he does sell good masks. So y'all, like I said, y'all go over there, reach out to my dad and buy some masks. And so I pray that when he come this weekend, we can do a live. So for y'all who will be watching, I will have some interesting questions, but I'll probably be nervous as well. Yes, we had fun back in the day. D will say correcting the child is okay, but when it comes to punishment and whooping, that is for the parents or a long-term step parent. Right. So I agree with you on that. Now I'm not talking about in this we had got in a confused conversation when we were talking. I'm not saying for somebody that you've been dating a couple of months or 2 weeks to discipline your child. No, that's up for me to decide, or me and his parent, or my baby mama or my baby daddy. That's for us to do. And I'm not talking about me when I speak. I'm talking about for everybody. So I'm not saying that. But as a step parent, so this is how the conversation came up. Let me just give y'all backstory. So I have someone in my family that went with my god brother, and her husband, I feel, should chastise the child. Well, my nephews, and they're married, and they were saying that they feel like that it shouldn't be a the stepfather shouldn't chastise my nephews, and I'm saying no, because one, they're all under the same roof. Not saying that my god brother don't do what he's supposed to do, but they're all under the same roof. They're now husband and wife. They've been dating for over 3 years now. So it's okay for them to be chastised by him as a stepfather. So that's how the conversation came up. And it kind of just went from there. So I was against everybody because I'm like, no, he can tear their ass up. That's their stepfather. That's like their child. So he can tear their ass up if he wants to. Now I'm not saying abuse them, but whoop them if he had the chance to. If they got out of line as boys, as young men, I feel that needs to happen. I think the kid should be in the child's place, period, because you're a child. That debates when kids is crazy to me. Yes, it is. But you have nowadays, you have kids that are grown. Like I know of kids that are 5 and 6 years old cussing bitchins and hoes and all this stuff like that. They get their ass whooped. You ain't finna do that around me. I'm grown. Not even her because he hasn't been. Lady, what you're talking about? I see y'all commenting, but I'm not really paying attention to the comments. I'm just glancing here and there. So, lady, what are you talking about? Yeah, everybody said they lost. Parents are getting younger and younger. Yes, that is true. Why don't you believe in whoopings, Tony? Why? I look. I think growing up, when I was getting ready to do something, if I got my ass toe up about this particular thing, I definitely will think back, okay, let me not do this because last time I did this, I got my ass whooped. Or let me not do this because I know the consequences to it. And I was a daredevil growing up. Like, I'll never forget one time I was bored and I just went in the bathroom and started burning the damn towels and burning the rags and left it in there and went to sleep. And I woke up getting my ass whooped. I knew not to burn those towels again, but just being a typical boy, being a typical teen or, preteen, you start to smell yourself. I remember talking back. I did all of that. But I got put in my place. You have some parents who sit up and smoke with their child, they drink with their child, and they do all these different things. So they wonder why their child disrespect them. Now, I will say I am glad that my mother, until I got grown, my mother didn't have her first drink with me until I was probably about 21, 22. Oh, you want to come on with me?
Hey.
What's up?
Okay, so I think this is a very important topic because I actually study psychology and working with adolescents already. It is very important to not only lecture the child so they can understand the difference between right and wrong, but at the same token, because in my field per se, you can't, like being a teacher, you cannot discipline a child by whooping them. So you have to explain to them what is the difference between right and wrong. There's a thing that we use called Boys Town. And in order for that child to earn what they want, you have to put some things in place for them. So they have to do different tasks to stay on top, to listen to you in order for them to get what they want. Now, in a home environment, I feel as if when a child is doing that with a parent or a step parent, it just depends because if there's an absent parent in that child's life, then they have no place to really discipline the child, to see that they've already brought into this world and they haven't been there because the child doesn't necessarily know them anymore. You get what I'm saying? But if there's a parent that is step, or there's a parent that's been there for a long time and they're still with the other spouse or whatnot, and it doesn't matter what age gap they were in, let's say 5 years old or 10 years old, as long as the child has that relationship with the parent, the quote unquote step parent, and they can form a relationship with them, they don't necessarily have to whoop them. They don't necessarily, as long as they know how to listen to them and stay on task, and that parent can actually guide them to that place they need to be in. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, but it does take a village to raise a child. It really does. And
it does.
It does. So if it boils down to whooping the child, as far as that other spouse or the step parent having to do that, so need be. But at the same token, they have to have that type of form of bond before they even have to do that. That's just my perspective.
Okay. And I'm not knocking what you're saying. And that's why I said when I first started talking about it, what I was saying was it can't be someone who just was in your life for 2 months or 3 months or 4 months.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm saying. But as a spouse, if you and I are married and you have a child and we've been together for years, I have the right, I feel like I have the right to tear your child up or whoop your child as a form of discipline if your child gets out of line. No matter if it's a girl or if it's a boy, you have a right to tear that ass up.
And that's why I say it has to, as long as it's in a place of out of love, because some people misunderstand. At first, I think some of them were like, well, like just whooping the child. Like, hold on, y'all, just before y'all even get sidetracked, what he's stating is this, like, you know what I'm saying? Like exactly what you said, but not like form of beating your child or, just because. No, you're trying to get the child straight in order for them to understand that hey, look, this is right and wrong. That's why I said it boils down to the difference between right and wrong. And as long as you're doing it out of love, you get what I mean? You're not about to get sidetracked in my household where I pay bills at. That's what we're not going to do. And that's what you were saying. You know what I mean? Yeah. I get it.
But then also too, I would kind of switch up a little bit. You do have those people who, let's say that we're together and we have your child, but then we have a child together. Sometimes the first child get treated differently because now we have a child together. So you're not my child, but this is my child now. So I'm gonna treat you a little bit differently. So that girl, when those children grow up, they start to feel resentful type of way, and they feel ways because of the simple fact is you have. Now I'm used to being the only child, but you have the only child syndrome. But then after that, now I feel like I'm neglected because y'all have a child together, and now I don't have my parent, but my sister or my brother have both of their parents. So that caused tension towards the children too. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of bad. So discipline be on all types of levels. It's So I respect what you're saying and I understand what you're saying. So
I respect what you're saying too.
So being a teacher nowadays, like when I was growing up and I had a smart ass mouth. And I still have a smart mouth to today. But teachers, I remember like maybe elementary school that, teachers will call my parent or they'll say, hey, I need you maybe to come out here to kind of, talk to your child. It's now the generation before that or generations before that, the teacher had the right to whoop their child. So now, do you send them to the corner? Do you send them to, in Miami, you call it CSI, but I think it's ISS in Georgia, in school suspension. Like, do y'all still have that as teachers and stuff?
Well, see that where I'm in, it's a little bit difficult because I'm actually in special education and I deal with children that are like behavior improvement. They need behavior improvement. I deal with kids so it's a little bit tough. And I got kids that's bouncing off the doggone wall and we talking about running away and stuff. So it is different, but at the same token, that's why I'm saying we have a thing called Boys Town. And I can't remember what it stands for. I've been doing this for 7 years. So, but what we do is we implement different things. So like we find out exactly what the child wants. You get what I'm saying? We put all these incentives in front of the child, figure out exactly what they want. It's a psychological thing. Figure out what they want and exactly what they want. You take that from them and you have to make them earn that. Like, so you like, hey, you want this? Okay, well, what we're going to do is you're going to have to sit down You have to still got to be stern with them, but at the same token, it's like if you want this is what you're working for. But you need to sit down, and I'm gonna need you to finish this paper, and we're gonna have to get this done, and then we can move on to the next project. And once we finish completing each step, then you can get the reward of what you want. And it actually helps the child out because they finally understand and it's clicking. Okay, well, if I sit down and I do this and I listen to exactly what she's saying, then I can finally get exactly what I want instead of running around here looking like I'm, a bat out of hell or something like that. Okay. So it's a little different.
See, and I think working with special need kids are, first of all, it takes a very special person to work with a special need person, child, and it takes a very special parent to actually raise and love and care and do all this for a child who has special needs. But I personally don't think that the method that you're talking about using, I don't think that will work for today's, well, even though you're still in today's society, but you're with special needs, I don't think that will work for a normal classroom.
Well, it doesn't work for a normal classroom. I'm not going to sit here and say it does because it does not.
These kids nowadays.
Well, and then another thing is when I was in high school, it was when I taught in high school, I taught 9 through 12. So it did not now that I'm in elementary, it works for elementary, but it did not work for high schoolers. And high schoolers, it's a different step program. And it's something similar, but at the same token, it helps the child grow in a different aspect. Like what they do grading process. It's a little different grading process. I can't remember how, but every school is different with high school. But no, it does not work. What I'm saying does not work with regular children. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you.
Right. And like I was saying too, not only that the parents are getting younger, but it was a time that teachers and parents stood together. Now, I have friends who are educators, but it was a time where kids and parents and teachers stuck together, or they were, hey, your parents come out there, and I was scared when your parents come out here, it's a problem. Like it's time you're gonna get your ass whooped in front of the whole classroom. You're gonna get embarrassed, and that's a form of discipline too. So I know not to do that again. But now you have. And you have seen it online. You have seen, and me just knowing some of my friend educators, the parents come out there cussing the teachers out now. Be ready to fight. And it was a point in time where you would say, I'm gonna call your mama or I'm gonna call your daddy, and you'd be like, okay, no, please don't call my mom, please don't call my daddy. Now it's like, bitch, call my mama, call my daddy. She'll come out here and whoop your ass.
Actually, what's funny? When I was in high school, I had a kid that was I don't know if y'all remember when we were in school, and it was like it was something like it was like you were going to a class to get the extra help, but you weren't technically behind. It was just the fact that like you couldn't grasp,
like a remedial class.
Okay, yeah. So I had taught contact mastery for like a year and a half. All right. Okay. So I had a kid that was on he was a football star. Oh Lord, let me tell you. So he was a football star, but he was my heart. That was my kid.
Okay.
Like he was sweet as possible, but he was into drugs. He was into, beating kids up, and he was into a lot of stuff. And I mean, a lot of damage, but I had to learn the background of the child. I had to understand what was going on. He was coming from a home that was single parent. His mama was a nurse, so she was barely home. And then I'm talking about she was making buku money. She was a traveling nurse. So he wasn't getting the attention that he needed in his life. And I used to tell him, like, look, you got to stay on task, because if you want to do anything with yourself or in life, it's not sitting here doing what you're doing. You know what I mean? Your mama got money. You don't need to sell drugs. Like, why are you doing that? You already come to school with designer and stuff. And then, like, it's not like kids are picking on you because of that. So I had to sit down and actually talk to him one-on-one, because nobody was really doing that with them. So a lot of the things is that kids need that actual extra attention to somebody to actually listen. And that'd be generally the problem, because he was generally, he was a regular kid just in a special environment, because he wasn't
right.
Exactly. He wasn't getting the attention that he needed.
Yeah. But you know what too? I know we kind of switched the whole concept, but what gets me too nowadays is that you have these parents who actually depend on their child as an income. You know what I'm saying? So, nowadays kids, which, growing up fast back in the day, I don't think it's growing up fast now. Our parents will maybe made us get a job or, get a summer job or, we'll have to get in work study just to have a couple of dollars in our pocket, teaching us and grooming us for the adulthood. But nowadays you have kids or teenagers nowadays or younger parents nowadays are actually dependent on the source of income to pay for their bill. So that puts a child in a whole nother category, or that puts a child in a whole nother mindset where you have to actually not worry about school. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard nowadays for it.
I'm Bree, guys. I'm sorry. They're acting.
Well,
thank you.
They say she's good. Well, she's an educator. So she's definitely good. And if anybody wants to join, don't be scared. If y'all want to come on here and show your face, if y'all want to talk to me, like I said, y'all know this is a family setting. I welcome everybody. We laugh, we cry. And as y'all can see from the last couple of lives, the last 2 lives definitely were good. I'm putting something together as well for
I'm proud of you, cousin.
For next weekend.
I'm so proud of you.
So it's definitely growing. I have people that have been reaching out to me. So we're definitely going to be, it's gonna be good. It's definitely gonna be good. It's definitely gonna be good. But Bree, I definitely appreciate you as an educator, as family, coming on here, just talking and just giving us a different standpoint from a educator's perspective. And
oh wait, he said these children are privileged and they think yes, right here. Wayne Mills, he hit it on yes. Woo! Yes, kids think they are very privileged nowadays and they do not respect what they have now. I will say that.
So we kind of switched the story around, or we kind of just changed a little bit. We started going to another direction, but we were discussing discipline and punishment for a child that's been disciplined by a step parent. And is it okay, or would you allow your spouse that is not biologically the mother or the father of your daughter or child, would you allow them to discipline them? And like I told them, I will let mine do it. Tear that ass up. But don't mistreat my child. But definitely listen. Okay, see you later. All right, bye-bye. So that's what we were originally talking about. So definitely understand what I was saying. Now, I'm not saying for them to be in a 2-year relationship or not a 2-month relationship or a couple of weeks and you just coming in here, you the big dog and you finna whoop my child. No, because bitch, we gonna have a problem. But if we're at a steady, we have a solid foundation and our kids are under one roof and you feeding my child, you're providing, being an actual provider for me, my child, etc. Yes, you have a right to discipline my child. That's just how I feel. Just like I feel like I should have a right to discipline your child, whether you're out of line or not. Punishments and different things come down the line or with certain things, but nowadays I don't even think punishment is right for these badass kids. They cussing the parents out and beating the parents up. So I don't think it actually works for the kids. Or for the parents. I don't think the old school way works for the generation now, is what I'm saying. So it's different. It's definitely different. I promise y'all it is. But back to the B. Simone thing, I definitely agree with her. For those who are just now joining in or tuning in, I put a video up not too long ago, and it was a B Simone. So if you haven't seen B Simone's video about her new manifesting love challenge, she was just basically saying, what you want to attract, be that person. You can't be one way, or you want to have this, then now you're dating this, then be what you want to date. Whether you're a man dating a woman, a man dating a woman, you're heterosexual, you're homosexual, however you want to label yourself, or however you want to put yourself in whatever category, be what you want to date. Keon, I agree, but they have to have a relationship that a child could understand. And that's correct. But let me tell y'all something. Kids are not stupid. Kids know how to play both sides of the field. I have did it. You have did it. We all have done it. So kids are not stupid. Kids are not dumb. Sometimes talking to a child is discipline. Children needs direction. And I agree. I definitely agree about that. Like you said before, the kids now are watching their parents curse out other adults, so they learn the bad habits at 4 and 5 years old. That's correct. And like I also said too, back in the day, we were scared for our parents to come to the schoolhouse, or we were scared for our parents to talk with another adult, because we around the neighborhood, and somebody may say, "Don't throw that trash in my yard, bitch, fuck you." You have those kids out there doing it. We have said something, or I think the most we have did was probably stuck the birdie or stuck the middle finger to an adult, or where. But nowadays it's totally different. Like, I think it's totally different. It is. I think these Generation Z and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, and all the rest of them generations now, after my generation, or even after some of y'all generation, even people in my generation is not wrapped too tight, or they have been misled or misguided, so they don't have the proper tools to get through certain things in life, or they don't have the decency or the common sense to respect your elder. And yeah, that's just how it is. That's just how it is. And we're in a whole new shift of life, like a whole new shift of life. So you have, like you said, they're on social media, they're on other outlets, and it's just a whole different thing of life. Yes, you can't have children and let them run a muck. You have to raise your children, give them attention, and talk to them, and not tell them all at the same time. Right. And another thing is too, I think parents are having, when Bree was just on, parents are having so many kids at one time. They're not grooming, or they're not preparing for having enough time for the child that they had. You got kids that are 9 and 10 months apart, which it's been going on, but it's like I said once again, it's a different era. It's a different, you have a younger parents, and you have, it's not a village raising children anymore. It's okay, bitch, don't touch my child, I got this, and we're gonna be okay. So I think that's the concept that changed, and that's the things that changed to why people are out here acting crazy the way they are, and just crazy. Back to the beat song thing. Jackson, he made a valid point about the video. It's about women agreeing with it, but he's seeing men was like, damn. So you say it's the way she said it. For those who are tuning in, I'm gonna post the video one more time. For those who are just now tuning in, I'm gonna post the video and tell me what y'all think of this. For those who haven't seen the video, I'm gonna post it one more time and let y'all see it. And for those who are just tuning in, let me know what you think.
We got all these things we want in a man. A list of things. He got to be tall. He got to be dark. He got to be handsome. He got to have pretty teeth. He got to be a family man. He got to be financially stable. He got to be rich. He got to be successful. He got to be all these things. And we ain't even half the things on that list. He got to be a family man. Bitch, you ain't talked to your mama in 6 months, but you want him to be a family man. He got to be financially stable. Your account is in the negative, ma'am. Overdraft fees. He got to have a job. You need to go fill out some applications because you're still unemployed. He got to have pretty teeth. You ain't seen a dentist in 6 years. He got to have a six-pack and be in shape. You can't even walk up a flight of stairs without huffing and puffing. Get your life together. This whole list that he got to be. You ain't even half the things on that list. So this is what I challenge you to do so we can manifest love all 2021. Make that list of that perfect dream man that you got in your mind. Then, what I did, make a list of the type of woman he would need right by his side. You want him to be in shape? You need to get to the gym. Equally yoked, bitch. You want him to be financially stable? Well, you need to start saving. Because you can't keep a dime to your name. Huh? You want him to be a family man? Call your mama. You become a family woman. Heal your traumas before you put all this shit on him. You want him to be patient. Bitch, your patience is thin. You want him to be understanding. You the least understanding person in your circle of friends. But he got to be understanding. Fix you. Fix you. Whatever you want, become that. Fuck.
I don't think it was nothing wrong with what she said. I think she told the truth. For how she delivered it, that's for those who watch her, those who know her, that's her character, or that's how she speaks to her audience, or how she speaks to her followers, or her her platform. That's her. So I didn't see anything wrong with it. Just like I get on here and I say certain things, and they may think it's something wrong with what I be saying on here. I know people probably like, oh, I wouldn't let them tear my child up, or I wouldn't do this, or I wouldn't do that. We all have our own opinions. So I think a certain way, you think a certain type of way. So that's what she said. That's how she feel, and I agree with it. Some of y'all agree with it, some of y'all disagree with it. Whether how you feel she delivered it wrong or what, that's just how I feel. So B Simone, you ain't do nothing in my books. You did everything good, girl. You spoke your truth, girl, and maybe they should listen. They should listen. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. Yes, she did. She did. Right. The delivery was understood for me. It was understood. So, you have these people and they have these they be a little sensitive than normal, or they feel that when you get to a certain level of success, or when you get a platform that everybody look up to you, or everybody just say these things, or you're in a certain type of life, you can't act in or do certain things. Yeah, in a certain way or certain certain sense you can't. But me, I'm gonna be me all the way inside down. Y'all have seen from the beginning to now, and continue to elevate and continue to grow. As I grow, yes, certain things will change, but the core or the basics would never change. That's just me. That's just who I'm gonna be. That's just how it is. So you may have to like tweak some things, but I think everybody should be the same. I don't think Tiffany Haddish has changed. I think she's been they criticize her and talk about her bad, but I think she stayed the same. I think just different people stay the same, and that's just who they are. Trina ain't never changed. Y'all know I always say, y'all, which mood y'all want? Y'all want Trina or do you want Oprah? Which one? Because I can be both. Now, you may want to catch me on Oprah day, because Oprah's more laid back and she chill. Now, if I become Trina, bitch, it's a problem. But she know how to keep her stuff together too. So, and you said it. People don't listen to the message. They're watching her gestures. That's just what it is. People talk with their hands. Y'all know I move my hands all through the video. I talk with my hands. That's just how I get my point across. A lot of people do that. So if you got those, if you're a little sensitive, baby, certain things you may not want to watch. Certain things you may not want to watch, and certain things you may not want to partake in, because you can't be sensitive watching the new Black Hollywood or the new way of success or people how people are growing now. Because as you can see, social media is the new thing. We get on here. I don't know half of y'all, but we're family. We go in here and we talk shit. Y'all ain't never seen me besides on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram, Snapchat, wherever you followed me from, however you followed me, or whatever. Some of y'all know me personally, some of y'all don't. Y'all may have different views. Y'all view from somebody who know me personally to somebody who just not watching me. Y'all may have two different views of me. Some people may say I'm acting funny now because I got a show on YouTube, or they see me on Facebook. Some people may say, "Oh, he really cool. He's a nice person. Let me go tell my sister, tell my cousin, tell my friend to subscribe to his channel because child, he get on, he cuts the fool. He talk real shit, bitch. We laugh, we cry, we have fun." So it's just different ways or different views how people view her. Some people just said she spoke the truth. Some people say, "Oh no, she's off the goddamn chain." Pick a side, pick a side. But that's it for tonight, y'all. Be in tune, stay watching because I may post something about my dad. So hopefully, fingers crossed, hopefully he'll get on here and we can catch up like I promised y'all and we can talk because I definitely will have some questions. I know y'all will have some questions and we'll go from there. So it's a couple of things that I'm going to change up on the show and bring to the show. So y'all definitely be watching, be in tune, just be looking and watching because guess what? It's coming. It's definitely coming. So P.O. Box, Cash App, thank y'all. I haven't checked my phone or anything. So if anybody sent anything through the Cash App, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I haven't been out to the P.O. Box yet, but if anybody sent anything through the P.O. Box, thank you so much. Those who have sent things through the super chat, thank you so much. Once again, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. We're growing. We're getting our family together. We getting ready to have this big old family reunion. So tell people, like, share, subscribe, and the best is only coming. So y'all get ready for it. All right, y'all. Bye.